Kendall Jenner reveals why she is not in contact with Selena Gomez. IG Live. It appears that Kendall Jenner is no longer in contact with Selena Gomez at this point in her life. Some claims go as far as saying that Kendall cannot even stand Selena Gomez anymore, and that is why Kendall is throwing shade at Selena instead of being the other way around. It is common knowledge that Selena Gomez and Kendall Jenner were once very good friends. So what happened between these two that made them forego such a strong friendship only to come to terms like these? Let's get started right away. It was only a few years ago that Selena and Kendall were very good friends. In fact, their closer group even included Taylor Swift, with whom they were seen hanging out quite a few times in public. Now, Selena and Taylor are still on pretty decent terms, but the relationship between Kendall and Selena seems to have been completely over. What exactly went down here? It really started when Kendall thought it would be a good idea to date Harry Styles, who was Taylor Swift's ex. This became public news for the first time when the two were spotted sharing intimate moments together on a yacht. These photos were not meant to become public, but they did. And this was while they were vacationing on St. Bart's. As soon as the news came out, some newspapers published articles that Taylor Swift was furious at this new development between her so-called friends and her ex-boyfriend. That is when Hollywood Life also published a piece, and this is what came out. Taylor heard from a mutual friend that Harry and Kendall are back together, and she is completely shocked. The source went on to say that Taylor could not even believe that Kendall would ever date Harry, especially after they specifically had a conversation that ended with Kendall saying she would never date him again. The context of the situation is that the friendship between Kendall and Taylor only started after she ended things with Harry, so they'd often spend time talking behind Harry's back. Since then, Taylor had even come forward and given public statements as to why she believes Kendall can never be her friend anymore. When you've got this group of girls who need each other in this climate, when it's so hard for women to be understood and portrayed the right way in media, now more than ever, we need to be good and kind to each other and not judge each other. This quote from Taylor did make it appear as if she was fine with Kendall dating whomever. But this earlier statement from her told a different story. It's almost like sisterhood has such a higher place on the list of priorities for us, she told Vanity Fair. Selena Gomez, too, was only supportive of her past and present friends in whatever it was they decided to do. However, one look at the track record of Kendall Jenner tells us that everything was definitely not okay. In fact, she may have just been the cause of one of those breakups between Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez. The come-and-get-it singer, who has continued to have an on-again, off-again relationship with Justin Bieber since 2010, was reportedly mad when she discovered her boyfriend met up with Kendall Jenner in Paris. This was while she was sightseeing after the two had flown to the city to attend a number of fashion shows together. A source shared with In Touch magazine that Selena was absolutely livid when she found out that Justin had dinner with Kendall Jenner. According to the source, Justin had lied to her about it. Selena had apparently gotten so angry that she changed her flight to come back to LA 2 days before schedule. That was also when Selena told Justin that their relationship was over again.
It's just, for me, made me a bit guarded, harder to trust people. I have my close friends, and just to be careful.
Selena Gomez's friendship with Kendall and her sister Kylie Jenner really fizzled out after she found text messages from Kylie on Justin Bieber's phone. This was after they attended the Coachella Valley Music and Arts Festival together. The insider commented on this development, saying, "She told Justin she wanted to have nothing to do with them, and that meant he had to cut them off too." Clearly, Selena had felt humiliated that her boyfriend was having dinner with her supposed friend during their trip to Paris. According to multiple media outlets, Selena had only found out after she saw an exchange of text between Justin and Kendall. This was while they were together vacationing in Paris. It's safe to say that Selena Gomez's life took a 180-degree turn after she found out that her close friend was secretly seeing her then-boyfriend behind her back. According to India Today, Selena has since tried to change her ways by visiting the church. Although it was said that this is much more so to avoid going to rehab, Selena felt like she had a spiritual gap and that maybe that was why she was struggling. She learned about the spiritual aspect in rehab when they talked about the 12 steps of Alcoholics Anonymous, commented the same source. However, most of that is just dwelling in the past. Justin has since gotten married to another woman, and both Kendall and Selena seem to be out of his life as far as romantic relationship is concerned. Despite that, there doesn't seem to be any chance of a proper friendship between the two. It was not long ago that Kendall uploaded a photo of herself on Instagram in a pink floral dress. The photo received over 9.6 million likes on Instagram, but there was something else that left everyone shocked. Almost all the comments on this photo were mentioning one name, and that was Selena Gomez. Miss Alifa wrote that Selena Gomez had worn it better. More similar comments were shaming Kendall for uploading that photo. What had happened was that Selena had worn the exact same dress in her music video called De Una Vez. The fans had loved that Selena was wearing, and she'd gotten a lot of praise for it across the internet. Since Selena Gomez had uploaded her video first, it was clear that it was Kendall who had copied Selena, and not the other way around. Barely any comments on Selena's post talked about Kendall Jenner, even though it received only 6.6 million likes. However, that may not be the worst part. One fan account of Kendall Jenner tried to throw shade at Selena by making this post: Kendall Jenner pulling off this dress better than anyone else. Clearly, this was a comment aimed at Selena Gomez, who was the only one known for wearing this dress. Kendall decided to go ahead and retweet this post, which created a lot of mess on social media. Had to take it home from the set, she said. As you can imagine, this invited a lot of fans to comment on Kendall and Selena's relationship. One user wrote, "She literally liked a tweet saying she looked better than anyone who ever wore it. And that means she looked better than Selena, and she retweeted it. No one is mad they wore the same dress, but the fact that she had the audacity to shame Selena." The Jenner sisters attended Justin Bieber's wedding to Hailey Baldwin in 2019, and Kendall and Kylie were recently spotted at this album release party. Baldwin commented saying, "My little Easter chicken lady," on Kendall's post. This led many fans to reply with Gomez-related comments, such as, "I bet you must have seen this dress before." It is definitely not the first time the pair have been linked to one another on social media platforms. Not long ago, Justin had slammed a fan who encouraged Selena fans to bully Baldwin back in December. It appears quite unlikely that Gomez, who had dated Bieber on and off for years before ending things in early 2018, will add her own comment to Jenner's post. That's even more unlikely since the two ex-best friends do not even follow each other on Instagram anymore. With that, we bring this video to an end. Thank you for watching, and we hope you liked what you saw. As always, take care and have a great day.